How are ya? Welcome back to the Siliou universe. So I'm so excited that you're here. We've been looking at the characters throughout the Siliou universe and throughout the Kaianan trilogy and also the prequel and the companion novel. We have gone through a fair few. We've gone through, actually we've just recently gotten to Kaianan, but we've gone through a bit of brief information about Durzi, about Archibald, which is a Saranese Tapazi, about the Felrin, and then also we're looking at other characters today, but we're going to focus on our Homo sapien friends, so our characters from Earth that we meet. Again, I don't want to give too much of the plot away that, there is a particular character that does travel to Earth. Obviously, they're Homo captiosus, the characters that we see in that Felrin Galaxy and all the star systems within the Felrin Galaxy, but we are venturing into Earth. We meet Homo sapiens, which we called, or we deem as Preform. So there will be more. I do want to say I probably will skip on the characters soon and we'll jump into some just books and just little videos and explanations of where they go going forward. But with the characters, there is like you've got Lavon, who's a sprite. We have Adrian, who's the aquamorph. We have Owen, who's the Kinsman Ranger. So some of these characters you don't meet as frequently. In the actual trilogy, you just basically start meeting them in Dare. And I want to say, guys, I've been watching my videos and oh my gosh, I do say basically a lot. Like basically. I love putting sentences together and ripping out all of the little junk words that you don't need. But unfortunately, when you talk, you just... So I'm trying to stop saying that word. So let's see how I grow this video. But anyway, moving on. Today we're going to talk about Earth and we're going to talk about Julius. So Julius is met, I don't know how to say the character name, but he's met in book 1. He is working with the underworld of Earth. So I did grow up loving vampires and, werewolves, and I read obviously Cassandra Clare, your Mortal Instruments. I love PC and Kirsten Cast. Also the Evernight series. There's a lot, and the Vampire Academy. Obviously, there's a lot that Rochelle Mead. There's a lot I got influence from. Although the Homo captiosus guys or subspecies that I talk about aren't obviously a werewolf or vampire. But when we arrive in Earth, we do meet some underworld and some different types of figures. So they're called day morphs and night morphs for the underworld of Earth. So that's the disparity there. And then also you have what's called the Ministry of Earth. So the Ministry of Earth are like the, keeping the world private, keeping it secure, keeping it monitored to make sure that, these outer worlders, in the form of Gorgons, in the form of Felrin, whoever, are actually being hidden to the Homo sapiens or to the Preforms. So they don't know about them entering into the planet, entering on the planet at all. So it's a little bit about Earth. That's where, I don't want to say the main character's name, but that's where one of those characters meets Julius. That's going to be our extract for today, and then I'll just explain a little bit about the humans on Earth as well. All right. This takes me a minute to find this. All right. Kaianan awoke to a dark room. She'd fallen asleep almost the second she'd collapsed on the staff. Rolling over and staring at the ceiling, she remembered she wasn't in her room in the manor. Earth's moonlight streamed in from the small window. The air was cold and she was no longer sleepy. Rummaging through the cupboard of preform clothes, Kaianan found a puffy black jacket with a fluffy lining. Shoving it on, she headed through the silent building for the rear exit, munching on a few snacks she'd found in some glass jars in the kitchen. The alleyway met her with cool, crisp air. The Earth's half-moon opened a flood of light all over her face. She said, soaking the atmosphere. Then silence. Something was crunch. A loud snap sounded again somewhere nearby. Then another. Instinctively, Kaianan felt her body setting up a defensive attack. We found you, the voice echoed, bouncing off the walls behind her. Are you listening, princess? The female voice recalled through the street. The crunching of gravel grew louder. Kaianan, poised at the ready, evaluated the empty lamp-lit street and the perpetual darkness of the alley. Slowly, blurry figures solidified in the darkness, 4 silhouettes emerging from the alley's blackness of night. Kaianan examined them inch closer into sight, her guard up as if she was about to face a herd of Savar. 3 male figures and 1 female came into view, 2 blonde boys in dark khaki camouflage attire, while the long blonde hair of the female swooped past in bright pink knee-high boots and a matching long-sleeved jumpsuit. The last taller male, though, was the one who caught her attention. He was not dressed like his comrades. He was in thicker, sturdier black combat apparel that looked oddly familiar. "Hello," he said, and all Kaianan could do was stare dumbfoundedly. "It's Julius," he said softly, with a grin. "And these are my underworld friends." The brooding male whisked past the others to the front. "This is Jax," he gestured to the boy with short blonde tresses, Evon, the lanky boy with the dreadlocks, and Ruby. He motioned to the angelic blue-eyed girl in the bright pink outfit, who greased her eyes and erupted in a fit of rage. So I will stop there. Now that's meeting a few of the Homo sapiens or underworld figures, but some of these guys obviously do have the ability as day morphs and night morphs to shift. They're just not at the Homo captiosus level where they can use aura, like obviously the evolution of our human taxonomy individuals that have come from Felrin during the after aura years. Way back when we do an after aura eras prequel, that book is coming. But yeah, so Julius is an interesting figure. We meet him on Earth originally the first time, and I kept trying to avoid the fact that it was Kaianan, but it came out in the end because that was the extract that I read. She is actually meeting him, she believes, for the first time as well. So Julius is on Earth to carry out a mission. Again, I don't want to say too much, but we know what Homo sapiens like. We know how humans interact. We are very straightforward at times. We can be elusive, and Kaianan gets that a lot from Julius. Julius is very much a self-protective, preserving character. He wants to maintain who he is throughout. We do see his growth in terms of towards the end where we get to our, I guess, nitty-gritty chapters of solution or resolution. We see who he becomes as a person, and that develops from Earth and then elsewhere as well. So he's definitely an interesting character. There are a few other humans I want to mention as well. So Kaianan meets Reddy. So that is a young boy. He is someone that Kaianan meets where she's living. Again, I feel like I'm giving too much away, but just a little brief synopsis. And she forms this bond with this particular human. So he's that Homo sapien that isn't someone that's trying to tell her what to do or giving her that information like Julius is. He's someone that has been in a difficult situation himself that can explain things a lot simply for Kaianan, so that when she goes through her rigmarole on Earth for that period of time, he kind of freshens up what she thinks and feels, because he doesn't take it the same way as, say, she does or anyone else does. So yeah, that's a little bit about our Earthlings that we meet and how Earth is a part of the series as well. And I probably gave away a little bit more than I probably should have, but there you go. Obviously, I'd love you to get invested into the series. We also have, there are a few other Earthlings, but again, yeah, I'm going to stop myself right there. So what I want to do is eventually I'll do some more characters, but I do want to come around to start talking about the books. I'd love to know if I'm going to start doing extracts, so I'd love to know if you want me to do the first chapter or 2 of book 1. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I've reached out to a few people who have said, please read it out loud. I'm a fast reader, I'm a fast talker, so it's just, if you want me to start putting up some videos based on that, that'd be good. That'd be awesome. So I will hear from you guys soon. You can get the deluxe package today, so we are doing a Christmas special. As of today it started, so you can get $10 off the package. And I did mention that the US and international shipping was I think I said 67 or no, 50 US. It's actually 51 AUD, so it'll be less when you get it when it's converted, you know, with the exchange rate. And that $10 AUD is $10 Australian dollars off on the entire thing. So if you did want to purchase it and you got shipping, you can drop that down to 41 AUD. So yeah, check for your conversion rates before you purchase. All my Australian supporters and people who have been following the characters and obviously filling out the quizzes and are ready to buy, we do have that offer until the 11th of December. So it's just 10 off Xmas 2020. The code is on the website as well, so you can go through the link in the just in the section below the video, and yeah, you can secure your package. And I'd love to know when you start reading what character you're leaning towards. What do you think about the humans and how they're represented in the series as well? Obviously, Reddy is a big influence on Kaianan in book 1, and I'd love for you to read it and let me know what you think. And that would be it from me. And obviously, as always, and I hope this is a better video, guys, with not me saying basically every 45 seconds, you know, but yeah, I've got to learn, don't I? As always, guys, it's a pleasure to have you and Vector safely.